Today I'm going to be hiking to the highest mountain in the Balkans wearing Crocs. That is Musala, the highest peak in Bulgaria. But it's not only the highest peak in Bulgaria, it's the highest peak in the Balkans. And today I'm going to be wearing these Crocs to adventure all the way to the top of that mountain. We're going to be facing rough terrain. Just look back there. We're gonna have mud, maybe even some bears. We'll see. All the while, I'll be wearing these Crocs. And by the end of the video, I'm gonna give a ranking out of 5. So stay tuned to see how these Crocs hold up. All right, the mission is to find Crocs in Sofia, but unfortunately, it's the weekend, and so all these shops are closed. I see them. They're in there.
I looked up and down all the streets of the old town, going into store after store. However, none of the open shops had any Crocs.
The shoe stores are clearly not working, so we're gonna go to Decathlon and hope that they have them there.
They did not. But my mission was sidetracked when I heard the church bells ringing like crazy. Curious, I followed the noise to this cool religious parade that was going on.
The things you just stumble across in this city is crazy.
And that led me to the metro, which goes directly to the inside of this huge mall. I searched relentlessly.
Nothing.
And it started to seem like they just don't like Crocs in Bulgaria.
This place is like a maze. They've got to have Crocs somewhere in this mall.
But after going through each floor, I took the elevator to the top.
Look what it is. We found it.
An actual Croc shop. They had a huge selection, but I went with green because that felt authentic.
We got it.
The next step was to actually get to the base of the mountain, which would require another metro ride and a couple friendly minibus rides to an apartment I rented in Borovets, a ski town at the base of Musala.
Now for the reveal. This is what we're working with. Some green Crocs, fresh, brand new out of the factory. And I got a little giblet here of a little dinosaur lizard guy.
I walked around town to find some snacks for tomorrow, but the place was pretty dead.
Got some snacks. I'm exhausted from too much partying, so I'll catch you guys in the morning.
Good morning. Let's do this thing. I woke up early because this was not going to be a quick walk in the park.
I don't know how long this hike's gonna take. I don't know how brutal the terrain is, but I know it's gonna be straight up the mountain. It's about a 25-kilometer round trip hike, and I'm gonna be doing it in Crocs. But I think the biggest problem might arise at the very top, where the ridge is narrow. Maybe I'll have to do some more climbing, and these Crocs, they don't fit the ankle so much, so they could slide out a little bit easier, or I could twist an ankle. But I think we're gonna be totally fine. Let's go do it. Check out the fit. Looks like we have about 1,600 meters. That is 1 mile of elevation gain. It's gonna be a long one. Through the town. It's basically empty. It's the off season.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I started walking up the mountain.
We got frost on the grass. It's cold out.
I couldn't find the trail, so I just went straight up the ski slopes.
Dang, the views are already incredible. One thing you probably would like to know about Bulgaria is that there are bears, brown bears, and they're right here in these mountains, in these forests. And you know what? They're getting ready to hibernate. So they're really hungry.
However, I was just taking it all in.
We got that good forest smell.
The path was much easier than I expected at this point.
I have no idea how to read these signs, so whatever this warning is for me, I have no idea. We might die of something totally random.
I was following a road meant for cars.
Beautiful. So far, so good. The Crocs are handling things perfectly. It's actually quite wonderful. I don't think I'm gonna get blisters. Constant uphill. My legs are already so tight.
But then the golden rays of the sun peeked out from behind the mountain.
It's been so cold, to be honest. Yay.
And my energy was renewed. Despite freezing temperatures, I was working up a sweat.
We're actually making really good ground, and I'm feeling great. These Crocs are wonderful for hiking. They're super light, good traction. I'm not gonna get blisters, it's airy, and my feet aren't cold. Honestly, I might have to do more hikes with them.
But then I was hit with a pain.
I might have spoken too soon. I can already feel a blister forming just right here on the inside of my foot. I think it's right here where it's rubbing. They are like totally brand new Crocs, so it makes sense. I probably should have broken them in before doing this hike, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna go. We're gonna climb to the top of the Balkans. Let's do it.
So I pushed on with great determination. As my high school coach used to say, pain is temporary, but pride is forever.
2.5 kilometers, just under 2 miles to get to Musala Hut, which may or may not be open, and it's a restaurant and you can sleep there and everything, but I don't trust Bulgaria and their corruption and it being the off season enough to rely on it, but I'm just hoping we can get a meal. Wow, this is ice. Was not expecting that. Woo. Let's see. Oh, thin layer of ice. Slippery. Luckily these Crocs have some grip. Dang, I think I see it already. I believe it's that one, the further back one. Right there. Let's go. All right, we're now solidly in the sun, so it's time for a fit change. Much better. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is a much easier walk than I was expecting. It's been chill so far. It's been road basically the whole time. We just now are getting on the single track, and we've gone over 900 meters up in elevation, so we're well over halfway to the top.
There was actually so much ice in this area.
Wow, okay, this mud is frozen. Like, it doesn't even go in. I can walk on it. That's actually kind of lucky because I don't want mud everywhere. Look at all this mud. It's frozen. I'm wearing Crocs. Oh, it's still kind of sketchy. Oh, we made it. This is all crunchy. Oh, I was too confident. I cannot see the hut at all, but I can smell it. I can smell food. It's definitely open. There's no way that's not food. Oh, I'm excited. Let's go. My nose honestly doesn't even work. I have a severely deviated septum. That's what the nose doctor told me. And I was supposed to get surgery, but I moved to France instead. Hell yeah. I think that's the hut. Let's see if they're open. Okay. Looks like no food, but they have tea and coffee. I'll take some coffee.
But this was the perfect place to rest up, refuel, and charge before climbing to the rocky peak.
Good coffee break, let's get going. So ahead of us is rough terrain, and this is really gonna test the Crocs. And we're gonna see if they're actually made for this sort of hiking. Yep, this is looking sketchy. It's gonna be fun.
I did have to scramble at points, but it was nothing these grippy Crocs couldn't handle.
It's deceivingly easy. I thought we were gonna go in this talus, all these rocks, but it's just a trail.
Plus, it was starting to get incredibly beautiful.
It's not so bad. They actually have pretty good grip. I'm impressed. That looks like another hut up there, but I doubt that they have food because it's so high up. All right, back in the rocks. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, these are doing great. I love how light they are. Made it to the hut. Yeah, this place is abandoned. Well, let's just move on.
Behind the hut, I spotted the final ridge.
Now, usually this last part, getting to the peak, is the hardest part of climbing a mountain. So this is gonna be the true test for these Crocs. Final push.
Will they hold up, or will I have to turn around? I pushed up the final ridge, expecting the worst, but being pleasantly surprised.
It's nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. Look at this. It's steep, but chill. Cardio though.
The more I went up, the more of the rugged surroundings were revealed.
Wow. There it is. Come a long way. This must be the top here. Yep.
Musala Peak, 2,925 meters up.
All the way to the top with Crocs. It's kind of crazy.
At the top, I was rewarded with insane views of the Rila Mountains and beyond. I took my time enjoying the top of the Balkans, a part of the world I have come to know very well over the past year and change. But the days are short this time of year, so I needed to head back down. And to give a final rating on these Crocs, I had to judge how they handled the downhill as well. The way back was glorious. However, I was starving, so I stopped by the hut for some chow and a friendly conversation.
Yeah, what a great conversation. Thank you. Bye. Wow, that stop at the hut was beautiful. I met a guy named Angel, and we just had the best conversation about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's beautiful when you have such a good connection like that. But I spent a long time talking to that gentleman, and now it's cold and the sun is going down, so we gotta run down this mountain. Shouldn't be too bad though. These Crocs are holding up perfectly.
Luckily, the trail down was even easier than the way up.
We've made it back to Borovets. All right, now let's give them a rating. Now this is all relative to the hike I just did. So for comfort, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. They were brand new, so I hadn't broken them in, and I did get a couple blisters, but they were really minor, and the fact that they were so light and there was air flowing through my feet, it was just so comfortable. Now for traction, I'm gonna give them a 3. They were not very slippery. I was surprised how little I slipped. That being said, they are kind of Crocs. Style, you know I'm gonna give them a 5 stars. Everyone I passed talked about how cool they looked and how sexy I was. No, but they did get everyone's attention. Literally everyone I passed commented on them. And I think they're beautiful, especially this little guy here. So 5 stars. Overall, I'm gonna give Crocs on a hike 4 out of 5 stars. Would definitely do again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, share with all your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.